Hello and welcome to Retire Early Lifestyle. Do you want to watch us fix up this old house without a pile of cash? Then subscribe to our channel and don't miss a video. We're glad to have you on board. Now let's not waste another minute. Let's get started with number 5. Now that we quit the expat life, we can travel abroad and it will be like a real vacation. You're probably wondering, what is she talking about? Here's what I'm talking about. If you go abroad to live, you will soon find out that after 5 years, then 8 years, then 10 years abroad, and then 13 years, traveling and seeing new things is not that exciting anymore. It's because when you move abroad, if you're like us, we did so many things and discovered so many new things already that doing them again and again over and over just wasn't that exciting anymore. We lived in a beach town in Ecuador. We lived in the big city of Panama City, Panama. We lived in the Andes Mountains of Ecuador, and we lived in a beach town in Mexico. And they were all different, but after a while, the eye candy diminishes, the luster wears off, and it's just ordinary run-of-the-mill, nothing special. Don't get me wrong. They're all still nice countries with wonderful people, but the passion wears off after a year or two. This is around the time the rose-colored glasses come off and expats start noticing the flaws. Latin America regions are very similar, and all the countries just sort of blend in together. Of course, they have distinct differences. The Spanish accent is different, and the food is different, but not much different. With the exception of Mexico, I have to admit, Mexico has some very tasty local food, but the buildings, the architecture, the nature of the people are all very similar. The other thing is, if you live on or near a beach for 13 years, going to a new beach isn't that neat. It better have something really special for it to get us excited. We really enjoyed Mexico's beaches though, because they were wide and long, not little tiny coves, and we like to walk. So we suspect that after a few years of fixing up this old house, we'll want to do a little traveling abroad if it's in the budget, and enjoy a vacation away from home for a week or 2 or maybe 3, and that's just enough to get that travel bug out of us. Now that we quit expat life, number 4 is we can speak our own language and we can understand everything people say to us. Wow, isn't that neat? This is a big one. Sure, there are some people that speak English, but they prefer to speak their own language, and they expect you to at least try and learn it. This is one reason why Frank learned Spanish within a year of traveling to Latin America. If you want the real prices, you need to know Spanish. If you want to rent in the local price range, you better know some Spanish. You will also get treated better and respected by knowing the language. Disingenuous, friendly people fizzle away. The same goes for any country, and is one reason we traveled to Italy. Even though Frank spoke Italian, he still had a foreigner accent, and we got price gouged in Italy. But still, we never paid more than $330 for a 3 or 4 bedroom furnished house. Well, now that we quit expat life, number 3 is we're no longer bored. Yes, you heard me right. Now, we're so busy fixing up this old house every day that we have to admit boredom has completely disappeared from our lifestyle. Yes, being expats in the same spot can tend to get a bit boring. The reason why for us is because we always rented. We never owned our own home living abroad. And since you're just renting and it's furnished, you just wake up and do your morning routine. There's no working on projects or gardening or yard work in a rental. All the repairs are already done for you from the landlord. There is absolutely nothing to do on your home. However, we have always strived for balance in our retire early lifestyle abroad or at home. A little bit of work, a little bit of beach, a little bit of city life, a little bit of shopping, walking, hiking, cooking, and cleaning. We still have that same lifestyle, but now swap hiking in the woods with the beach. Plus, we have this old house to repair and remodel. And now that we quit the expat life, number 2, we are no longer a target for foreign price gouging and crime. This is something most people don't understand until they actually move abroad and it happens to them. Unfortunately for everyone else, though, some people are totally oblivious to it. We've been sharing our experiences with this issue on this channel until we're blue in the face. It's a real issue. And if expats don't nip it in the bud, it will continue, and for some people it ruins their whole lifestyle abroad. As an expat, just about everywhere you live, Latin America, Asia, and even Europe, you will have some form of price gouging to contend with. There is no immunity from it. Wherever you go and whatever you do, at some point you will be price gouged, and you may not even realize it until it keeps happening to you or someone else says something to you about it. Some expats are not just targets of price gouging, but of crimes, all sorts of crimes. The foreigner is always considered rich because to them, if you can travel and live abroad, you must have money. Becoming a crime victim, if you live through it, can be intimidating, humiliating, and very terrifying if it's something other than a petty street crime. The most prevalent crimes in Latin America, besides the numerous tourist scams, are home invasions and sexual assaults, and a lot of petty street crimes like snatch and runs. In Europe, you will contend with a lot of street crimes and scams. Always have your guard up. Asia used to be less crime-ridden, but we're noticing that even there, expats are complaining about crime on the uptick. Moving on to number 1. Now that we quit the expat life, we no longer have to tell people how it really is living abroad on this channel. Now that was getting boring. No one wants to hear the truth because it pops that dream bubble. People have this way of thinking that they're going to go abroad and change their life for the better, and so they search out videos telling them all about the great things their ears want to hear. They tend to shut out reality and truth that could save them money, time, and even their life. People want to be told that everything is great and wonderful when they go abroad, and when you're the one saying, there's more to it than that, of course they'll shut you out. The truth is, most people have to experience life abroad for themselves before they realize that moving abroad, lock, stock, and barrel, is not the panacea they expected it to be. Not to say you won't enjoy it for a while, and maybe even forever, but for most people, no. Having said all that, spending part-time or taking maxi vacations sounds great. That means you wouldn't want to sell your home or ship all your belongings in a shipping container or bring with you certain expectations of how you think your life will be, or you will be disappointed. Okay, well that's it for now. We hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, be blessed and take care.